Hey everyone, Aaron, Prepping Ohio. Thought I'd take you on a nice little drive here and show you what the back roads look like around here. We're on a ridge road here, kind of behind my house, and well, you can see my broken windshield there. I hit an owl and it broke it. But anyway, I thought I'd kind of show you what the land looks like around here. That's very typical for southeastern Ohio. I hope that's not making you dizzy. I can't really tell through the viewfinder, but there's a place up here I'm going to take you and show you where you got one heck of a view. I think I need to invest in a mount for the camera. This is a pain. There's one of my favorite views. If I can hold this thing still. They just put this pipeline in last year. I can't hold it still because I'm reaching across. It's pretty straight up and down. This is kind of the lay of the land around here. There's a giant soybean field down there at the bottom. You can see some traffic off in the distance. I think you can see that. Beautiful day. Ought to be a nice day to go see some sights. And spent a lot of time down in there as a kid hunting and trapping and kind of just stomping the land. They put this thing in. It's called a peg launcher. Pipeline that they got run up over the hill here. The pig launcher, they put a pig. It's a thing called a pig. It's like a big rubber slug. They jam it in the end and pressurize behind it, and the pig squeaks through the pipe and gets all the sludge and stuff off the sides. And yeah, this is new. So, well, I mean, you know, a year or so ago, something like that, they put it in, and I can hear it when they blow it off from my house. They bleed off the pressure so that they can open it. But yeah, I thought I'd show you. Thought I'd stop here and show you. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a pretty steep hill. Okay, this would be level. This would be level, and you can see the angle of the door there. So, I wanted to show you that. That's an old hedgerow. That's how they used to make fences years ago. They plant hedge trees real close together, and that would grow up and become the fence, of course, you know, and the farmers always had to jam other sticks and stuff in there. And then, of course, over the years, bigger trees have grown through, and it's, you know, not used anymore. This used to be a giant cow field, probably 20 years ago. But, and he had a real fence on the other side. It wasn't just the hedge, but this is where I grew up, this area. Always stomping these big hills, and I hope that shows up. I can't tell through the viewfinder. Well, so much for the driving around looking at stuff. The ridge road that I was on turned into a super highway. The peg launcher that I showed you happened to be maintenance day today, and they've blown it off a couple times. And apparently everybody that works in the gas and oil field, any of those workers, decided that today was the day that they're going to do that. So there's been a bunch of vehicles up through here. I kind of came in. You can see my shadow. That's me. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I want to show you something here. Low angle sun, I guess. Love these shadows right now. Really love this. Really puts me in the mind of winter. You know, other than the sun beating down on me. That kind of sucks, but I really like the very long shadows. It really reminds me of winter, I guess, and fall. I think there's nothing better than fall when it's cold enough that you have to wear a jacket, but the sun is still warm, so you have that, you know, that feeling of warmth, and but it's cold. If you didn't have a jacket, you'd be freezing or shivering, I guess. Maybe not freezing, but shivering. So I really like this low angle sun right here. Really puts me in the line of the winter. And just today, I'm going to show you this too. There's my footprint from yesterday. I don't wear a size 27, so I slid in that yesterday. It was still a little wet underneath, and just from the sunlight today, it's cracked up. And it kind of looks like Mars. It's kind of cool. Yesterday this was still wet, so it wasn't really hot today. Damn wasp. But just the heat from the sun was enough to kind of just dry everything up. And here, let me. Well, where is it? Okay. See my foot? Okay. Yeah, that's where I stepped and slid. Well, that's kind of cool. So it's drying up. Actually feels really weird out here right now. There's no clouds in the sky. Well, yes, of course there's clouds in the sky. Every time I say this, I always look around and then find clouds in the sky. Sun's beating down nicely. I'm blinding everybody right there. Sorry about that. Yeah, here we are. Air is very still right now. You can see the trees. There's no wind. And I think that those leaves up there that you might be able to see slightly fluttering, that's coming off of the heat from the roof. There's no breeze. Nothing is moving. That big poplar tree back there, you can see just the top of it. Ouch. Ah, sorry, got a bug chewing on me. Okay. Yeah, that poplar tree isn't doing anything. And that thing is very sensitive. They have giant leaves. Poplar, what is it? Tulip poplar, I think. Any slight breeze, those things always flutter, but they're not moving at all now. Kind of hope you can see that. Yeah, there's me again. So, all right. Well, that's enough for now. There's probably my favorite part of today. The upper number, the big digit right there, is the outdoor temperature. And if you can see that, 54 and 84. That means this thing resets at midnight. Since midnight, the low was 54. And I've got 78 in the house, which really sucks. But this morning it was 69 in here. That was awesome. It did get a little warm today, but that's still pretty cool, 54. Actually, I woke up this morning, it was around 7, something like that. I went out and smoked a cigarette, drank some coffee, sitting on the steps, just kind of trying to plan my day. And I thought I had the flu. I thought, man, there's something wrong. I feel cold, and I'm like borderline shivering. And, that's kind of when my mind started racing. Well, anyway, I come in and looked at this, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not dying. So I'm like, yay! So I kind of had the idea that I'd show everybody one of my favorite places when I was a kid. Spent a lot of time there fishing or just hanging out with friends. I'm going to go down to the bridge right here. We're going to get out and walk underneath here, I think. I think I can pull off right here. This is my land right here, so I don't think anybody's going to object to anything. Keys off there. Okay. Alright, seatbelt off. I have a thing with the seatbelt that I always wear my seatbelt no matter where I'm at, even if it's a 10-minute drive or a 10-hour drive. But I take you underneath of the bridge. I don't know if you remember this. I think I did a video on this, but I'm not sure I showed anybody what it was like underneath. So, let's have us look down here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll duck under here. This is what it looks like under the bridge. There's Leatherwood Creek flowing out through here. Spent a lot of time here as a kid. Crawdads and chubs. Few bass. Every now and then we'd get a bass or two, but it was usually panfish, like bluegill or rock bass or sunfish. You know how quiet it is? You see the water running. This is snags from late floods. Stuff washes down. and it ends up right here. You can see that tree's been cut. It fell and blocked the waterway here, and the township had to come out and cut it all out. This whole thing that's open right here, this all used to be trees. But they took those out too, to prevent, I don't know what their thinking was, but they thought that they were going to fall in the water, so they cut all this out. Funny thing, the whole bank's washed out now, and it's a lot larger that way. The creek used to flow straight that way, and I'm holding in center of where the creek used to flow. But you can see there's a giant sandbar right there, and the vegetation's kind of creeping down on it. So the creek has to flow that direction. It'll swirl right in that area, right there, and it's going to chew out this whole bank. It's going to. That's just, that's basic physics. But I don't know. I didn't do it, so I don't know. Look at this water. It's always had this dirt on the rocks down here. Oh, there went a crawdad right there. There's a little mussel shell. A little mussel. They do get quite large. They get maybe that big, probably 6 or 8 inches. There's a little one. Something got him. I don't know what this is. There's a larger. That's an old one. But yeah, this is what we called the Big Muddy. Spent a lot of time down here as kids fishing and just playing, wading through the water. The only thing bad about wading through the water right here, it doesn't matter what kind of socks you have on, what kind of shoes. If you wade through this water, go over to there, up on the bank, your feet are full of sand. That always sucked. Even if you go without socks, you feel like you're walking on, well, I don't know, with sand, I guess. There was always sand in your feet. Not in your feet, I guess, but in your shoes or in your socks. But let's look over here. Yeah, there's been some activity. That's a coon. Coon tracks. Something happened here, not sure what that is. Don't really want to take the time to figure it out. Something here. And there's trash that floats down. But something's been digging right there, but nothing has messed with anything right here. That scum that builds up on there, that green stuff, that's a perfect indentation. Okay, look over there. I'm going to try to zoom. I know the zoom sucks on this. I don't even know if it's focusing, but there's tracks all over the place right there. Nice cool day. Very calm. You can just barely hear the water running across the rocks. Kind of think I might do some fishing tomorrow. This really puts me in the mind of doing some fishing. So maybe I can shoot a video tomorrow, or at least a couple clips of doing some fishing. Well, for now, I think I'm going to turn the camera off, sit down, enjoy a small beer, and listen to the water run. I really do appreciate everybody watching my videos, and all the subscribers. That's really cool. It's really amazing when you look at the analytics and see what countries are actually watching your videos. My mind's still blown, but yeah. Thank you. Okay, folks, have a great evening. I definitely am going to do the same. Aaron, Prepping, Ohio. Good. So I was just about to go up home and notice this giant rock laying here. People do maintenance on homes or do some remodeling. They'll rip out old foundation stones, and this area right here, I know you can't tell right now because there's a lot of weeds, but this area I've mentioned before that it needs filled. Any kind of fill that's clean, you're welcome to put it in here. I don't know if you can see, I don't know if it'll focus, maybe give it a minute and maybe it'll, bugs, get out of here. Maybe it'll try to, well, of course it's not going to, but that's some sort of a shell, some sort of a fossil. This thing is some sort of a bone of some sort. Up here, there's some neat things there. And I found this little rock. I don't know, man. It's just really cool that all this stuff is so old. And people just, you know, they built their house on it, and then now they don't need the house, and they throw it away. But, I mean, it's amazing. Look at that. Where is it? Right here. Can you see that? I don't know what it is, but it's really cool looking. Here's one that's sticking up out that I can grab, actually. I don't want to break it off there because I don't know what it is, but this is so cool. When I was a kid, I was really into fossils and dinosaurs, and there's like broken shells jammed in here. This whole thing right here is full of some sort of looks like a mussel of some sort, but yeah, this is really cool. I don't know, man.